Dwayne here, PhoenixTypewriter.com. Got me a Tippa on the bench, and this poor guy got banged around pretty good. Got damage in shipping. It broke the case. It broke the drawband. Main spring got knocked off of whack. Case had to be repaired right here. This little corner got knocked. The knob over here got shattered. Finally got the replacement knob in. Everything is good over here, but it also knocked the shift way out of whack. So this was way out of whack. So bad. It was this bad right there. That bad. So I finally figured out how to fix this. First, of course, I was looking for bent parts, of course, because it was jolted pretty good, and the carriage shift here. So this little bracket here was bent, but it was only side to side. It wasn't the lift, it didn't look like. And then maybe the shift arm here was bottoming out, but that's okay. I tweaked that a little bit. The adjustments on these are really tricky. So here's your uppercase adjustment right there. That screw is an eccentric, and it actually bottoms out on this little plate right here in the back. As it goes up, it bottoms out against the side of it. And this one is the lower case, and it just comes to a rest. And I've got that balanced out as low as it will go, because that was the problem. I couldn't get it any lower. The shift would not go any higher. But, so this side looks like it's adjusted, and I was actually able to loosen that nut with a regular screwdriver. But this one over here looks like somebody had already adjusted this before I got to it, because I had these little silver scrapes on here and that little silver nick right there. So initially that screw was lined up with that nick, which I think somebody scraped on there on purpose. So right now I finally got that loose by getting a screwdriver and making it like that. So I took ended up having to take one of my good Craftsman, cut a notch in it, and that fits on this little groove, on both sides. And boy, that barely came. I didn't think that was going to hold, but that was very tight. It was tighter than it probably should have been, I guess. So right now it's loose. In fact, I can loosen it with a regular screwdriver probably. And let's see. No. Tighten it back up again. Okay. So it's loose. I'm actually going to back that little screw out. Back. Camera's in my way again. And I'm going to turn that little screw that way, just a fraction right there, because I went too far with it. I'm just going to snug it up, and let's take a look and see what happens here with the upper lower case now. So we got lower case. Oh, look at that, right on the money. Before that it was actually, well, I guess that's a different sheet of paper in here, but so yeah, when you adjust this, that's where it's at. So if I was to take this and loosen it and move that little screw that way a little, put it back tight, it does not take much to throw that little adjustment off right there. So now it's off. So that is the uppercase adjustment, both sides. And again, when I talk about shift, you have to balance these two. You have to make sure they're both, this side and this side, are touching equally when they go up. So they both are balanced in adjustment. So let's put this back where it was. I just happened to get it just right. That that time, so let's loosen this up. Just a fraction. And turn the screw again. Just a fraction. So right about there. Let's try it. Snug this up. I'd be glad to get this fixed because there was a lot of things I did to it and I didn't realize the shift was messed up until after I was done. Get this back on. That's good. So now I know that I have a secondary problem here. Let's go ahead and tighten this up. The rest of the way. The secondary problem with this now is the shift lock. So if we come back here. So that was when I was holding the shift down. Everything is fine. But if I go shift and then lock, it actually comes back down just a little, so that when it's on shift lock, it's not lining up right. See that? There's shift and there's shift lock. So let's adjust that. It looked like it was a pretty simple adjustment. Right down here there's an adjustment screw right there. Kind of hard to see. But there's a bracket and a screw, and that adjusts how far the where that shift lock engages. So let's put this up here. Give me a little angle to work on this. And hopefully we'll just adjust with no headache. It looks like there's plenty of adjustment room on this, so. Should just have to go down a little, I think. So we're just going to try it. So I moved that down just a fraction. You can barely tell how much I moved it, but you always want to start small. I'll be able to tell from how it latches. Now there's still some movement here. Feel it, so we're going to go a little more. I probably don't need that. Loosen this up. See if I can get that to come down just a little more. Oh, yep. That made a little movement. That feels pretty good. Let's try it. So we got shift, shift lock. Pretty close. Shift, shift lock. That is really, really close. I'm going to go just a fraction more here. Hard to see that from the camera, but okay, got a little movement now. Latch it back down. That feels pretty good. Let's see how it looks. If you go too far, the lock button will just bind more likely. Okay, shift, action, shift, lock, action. All good. Shift and shift lock are identical. There we go. Because I did both shift lock and shift right there the last four. Perfect. Little Tippa adjusted right up. I'm very happy with this right now. We got shift lock. All good. All right. That's how you handle a shift, lift, balance, motion adjustment on the Tippa. Thanks, Typewriter. Good day.